Hi guys, my name is Unnati and welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 3 of Book Talk with Unnati. I am so excited to talk about books again. I feel like I haven't sat down and talked to you guys about books for a really long time. So here I am filming another book talk with me. I am really excited to talk about these books today and I'm pretty sure you're gonna love them. So stay tuned to know which books we're gonna be talking about today. But before we begin with that, I wanna ask you guys, how are you guys? I mean, I have not posted a long form video from the past 2 weeks because I'll be very honest, I just ran out of content ideas. I am so sorry, but I am back and we are gonna be talking about books today, which is my favorite thing to talk about. So I think without further delay, we should start with today's video. So today I'm gonna be talking about two books that I read, I think in January, or these are the two books that I read in January. One of them I started reading in December, but then I just lost the you just read one book, you just read the initial pages, and the thing is that it's going so slow that you get bored by it and then you just don't touch it. But then one random Sunday you remember, oh, this book exists, so you start reading it again, and that is what happened with me when I was reading this book. So trust me, we're gonna have a fun. Now let's start with the book chat. Okay, so the first book that I am gonna be talking about today is Tada, the Spanish Love Deception. I literally love this book so much. Like, do you see how thick this book is? Like, the reason why it took me so many days to read it, because the thought of this book being so thick was making me kind of sick. So I really got a little pissed at this book at one point. Ki, why are you so big karke? But then I started slowly reading it and then I thoroughly enjoyed this book. So I'm gonna tell you what is in this book actually. So Catalina, everyone calls her Lena mostly, and Aaron. So these are the two main characters and of the book. Yeah, throughout them is gonna be Lena and Aaron's perspective. So Lena, she is working in a software engineering firm in New York City, and then she has an annoying co-worker in her office whose name is Aaron, and he is 6'4". You see his height? It's 6'4", and he is the kind of guy that every girl would want, like every girl. Okay. So Lena, she has a wedding to attend in Spain, and it's her sister's wedding. So she has to attend a wedding, and she has recently broke up with her boyfriend, and that boyfriend is engaged to an XYZ person whose name I don't think is mentioned. So her ex-boyfriend is apparently engaged to someone, and he is gonna be in that wedding. Why, you may ask? Because that ex-boyfriend is Catalina's sister's best man. So they are like besties and they are best man. So he is gonna be in the wedding. And then Lena, obviously, she is the, what do they call it, like bridesmaid affair. I don't know, I'll pop it up. But she is the bridesmaid of her sister, of course. So she has to meet with her ex. And the thought that your ex-boyfriend has already found someone and you are still being single, and that too in New York City, is kinda like making Lena feel sick. So Josh May, she tells her mother that, oh, I have a boyfriend she's on a call, and she's like, oh, I have a boyfriend. Who told you I don't have a boyfriend? And he is gonna be accompanying me to Spain for wedding. And her mother, of course, being her mother, she's happy about it because she has finally found someone. But throughout the book, like at least for a good these many pages, they are just in New York City, because I think I'll tell you. So I won't tell you everything, but it's a slow burn romance. That is what I'm gonna tell you. It's a grumpy into sunshine kind of perspective, slow burn romance, travel romance, and workplace romance also at the same time. So throughout the book, she is desperately trying to find a man in New York City who can just accompany her to her, like, for her sister's wedding in Spain. So she needs to find a guy, that too in less than a month, who is gonna fly 1,000 miles just for one wedding. and she is, let's say, not like a lot successful in that. She is desperately finding someone and she cannot. So this is where Aaron steps up and he says, I'll accompany you to your sister's wedding. And then she says, what? Why would you do that? No way, and all. So they both, like, when she joined the company, he used to hate her, like she used to hate him. Side note, Aaron never hated her. Okay. Oh, I just gave a spoiler. No. So yeah. So throughout the book, they just hate each other. They are enemies and they are trying to develop a friendship. And so Aaron is the one who's trying to convince her ki I'll accompany you. And he even says that you have no option. I am your only option. He's just so sure of himself that she is not gonna be finding anyone else other than Aaron. Is very surprising. So yeah, so ultimately in the first initial good 100 pages, it's just her rejecting him convincing her, then him also giving up at one point. That is what happens throughout the book. And I mean, you just have to read for yourself to see what happens. So I'm just gonna tell you guys till कि they fly to the wedding together. उसके आगे, to see what happens, you have to read The Spanish Love Deception. Okay, so moving on to the second book of the day. This book is a completely different genre. I just talked about The Spanish Love Deception, and this is like a completely different switch from that book to this book because it is a completely different genre, as I said. So I recently read The Silent Patient. I finished this book like in 3 days. Like, this book is really good. So The Silent Patient, I think everyone at this point knows what Silent Patient is. I mean, if you haven't read, you've at least heard about this book. So now I'm gonna tell you what happens in this book. And side note, it's creepy, so make sure that you don't read it at night, because sometimes it and I just think about this book and I'm like, what the shit did I just read? So this follows Alicia Bernson. So she lived a perfect life with her perfect husband until one day she randomly shoots her husband 6 times in his face. And after that, she goes silent. She does not speak. And it has been 6 years since Alicia Bernson spoke. Now, she hasn't spoken a single word, and everyone is wondering why. She was sentenced to imprisonment, but due to her mental condition, now she is living in a mental asylum. Then there is Theo Faber, a psychotherapist, who believes 200% that Alicia is innocent, and the shock of her husband dying in front of her eyes is what is making her not speak. So he's a psychotherapist, and he joins at the place where Alicia is staying. It is known as the Groove. So it is only Theo who believes Alicia didn't do anything. So he is like, now it is time to find out why Alicia did what she did and if she actually did it. So I'm gonna tell you, you have to be prepared for this book, because again, like the Spanish Love Deception, this is also a slow burn, because throughout the book there are a lot of things that are you're gonna be finding out, but at one point you're just gonna be so annoyed at Alicia, because I'll tell you, she just doesn't speak at all. She doesn't even speak. She doesn't open her mouth, at least till a good 200 pages, I would say, or even more than that. She doesn't speak a single word. It's whenever they have a psychotherapy session, it's just Theo, the hero, who is talking, and she would not reciprocate. She would not tell her feelings. She would not say anything. So throughout the book, this perspective follows Theo's perspective, and in middle there are a different there is a diary. So there are also some pages of a diary of an XYZ person. I will not be telling whose diary it is, because I think it's not a spoiler, but it's something that you should read to find out. So this book's main tagline was, only she knows what happened and only I can make her speak. So it is Theo is like basically trying to solve a murder mystery which the police failed to do. So throughout the book, he's trying to contact different people. He's trying to understand Alicia. He's trying to see her past. He's trying to see her husband's past. He's trying to see everyone's past. And throughout the book, you're gonna get so many surprises, and you're gonna be like, oh shit. And when you get to that part of The Silent Patient, like when the theme, the secret, the everything just unravels in front of you, you're gonna be like, what the shit. That chapter wherein I got to know the real suspense, the real plot, I read it twice to actually understand what happened, because I read it and I was like, wait, I don't get it, I'm gonna read it again. I read it again, I did not understand. I had to read it 3 times to actually process what the shit just happened and what shit did I just read. Throughout the book, you're gonna be pissed at Alicia, as I said, because she doesn't speak. But when she does start speaking, I'm telling you, she's gonna start. Of course, she's initially gonna start. Later, she's gonna start speaking. But when she does, there won't be a point where you're getting bored by this. So you should really read this book for yourself to actually figure out what's gonna happen. And with that, we've come towards the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed episode 3 of Book Talk with Unna, because I really did. I really love talking to you guys. Let me know which books should I read. I promise I will see you guys very very soon with another new video. Till then, stay safe, stay happy, stay positive. Bye.